Alright, so what we're going to work on now is how to change our measuring gas for both our LEL meter and also for our VOC meter, which is also known as the PID. So when we're sitting in our home screen, we can hit the light button to light it up for us. To get to our advanced screen or to our menu, we want to push and hold the right button and the center button. And it's going to get us to our password screen, and all our PIDs and our MultiRaes are set up with a password of 4 zeros. So we simply 0, 0, 0, 0, hit done. Will take us into this menu screen. From here, we can simply go to the measurement and hit select. And we can do a couple different things here. We can turn sensors on and off, we can change measuring gas, or we can change the measuring units. So in this case, we're going to change the measuring gas. We'll hit select. And now we can select between our two meters, the VOC PID meter or the LEL. So we'll start with the VOC meter, hit select. And it's going to give us a few choices here. My list, last 10, the complete gas library for a 10.6 millivolt bulb, or custom gases. So in this case, we'll just simply go to the My List and see what we have there. So in this case, we have isobutylene, the top one, which is the gas that the machine is calibrated to start with. We can hit back if we don't want that, or we can go to hexane, benzene, toluene. So how you select these, you notice we have an up and down arrow or a back button. We don't have a select button. So you simply stop and pause, and then it'll pick it up, and then we're going to hit select. Then we'll hit the save button. And then if we hit the back button from this screen, it's going to take us back into our measuring screen. And you'll notice in the lower left hand corner where now it says CF equals 0.48 benzene. So we know now that that PID VOC meter is on correction factor for benzene at a 0.48. So if we're looking at a benzene incident, it'll read 1-to-1 with what levels of benzene we have. Keep in mind that it is a PID VOC meter, therefore it is not identifying, it is simply telling us that something's there, but if we do have a known, we can adjust the correction factor to let it read a 1-to-1. Now if we go back into our menu, push and hold, it'll take us directly there because we've already put the password in and we haven't shut it off since then. So we'll take her back over to the measurement, hit select, go down, change measuring gas, hit select. This time we're going to go to our LEL meter, hit select, do the same thing with the My 10 or My List, select, and you'll see it's got a methane, butane, octane, and propane. Well, the meter itself is going to be calibrated to methane. Select it on there. So we'll go down and go to propane, which will probably be our second most common flammable that we're going to be at. Hit select, hit save. From the screen, hit our back button, which will take us back into our measuring. And you'll notice that the LEL hasn't changed at all. It doesn't show us what it is set up for. So how to determine that, or how to make sure that we're set up for the correct product, is to simply hit the side arrow, cycle through our menus, there's the VOC. You'll see that we're calibrated to isobutylene. Right now we're currently measuring 1-to-1 with benzene, and it lists our correction factor. LEL, you can see we're calibrated to benzene, or methane, measuring gas is propane, and our correction factor is 1.4. We can continue to cycle through back to our measuring screen. That was the incident we're on. In that case, we're measuring for benzene and for propane. What we need to do before we shut this meter off and put it away is we go in and reset them back to our initial calibration gases. And it's not important, it's not going to hurt the meter if we don't do this, but it is setting it up for the next person to use this, so we are where we need to be to start with. So we go back to isobutylene, hover over it, select it, save it, go back and change measuring gas, select LEL meter, select my, hover over methane, select, save. We'll go back to our measurement screen. You'll notice that now with our PID VOC meter, our correction factor is back to 1.0 isobutylene. And if we cycle through our menus on here, we'll get into LEL, methane, correction factor of 1. So we're back to our original settings.